Hello gang, it's man. Welcome to my channel. Make me think harder. Today I'm going to do a reactionary video. I actually watched the video on a Twitter. Steve Forbes, he released a video, I think on Twitter, yesterday. He talked about UBI. It provoked some emotion and thoughts and feelings. Hopefully I could reconjure some of that while I'm watching this video. Let's see how this works out. Let's go.
Should everyone get a minimum income from the government, whether you work or not?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where we bring you the insights you need to better navigate this ever more turbulent world.
Insight that we need. I did some study. I want to determine how much that insight is worth, okay? Steve Forbes' net worth is 434 millions. His annual income is 72.38 millions. He makes 6 millions per month. Every hour he makes $8,262.94. Every minute he makes $137.72. So that's 3-minute video. 137 times 3, but a little over $400. It's worth $400 and he's providing it to us for free. What a value. And it's for us, insight for us. Let's see.
It's called the universal basic income, and the idea is gaining ground here and in Europe, especially with
we already know this, right?
economy is so hard.
Not much of
The
insight.
government would pay every adult a certain amount of money every month, whether you work or not. Democrat Party activists love the idea, and so do some Republicans. The Pope.
This is when I realized it wasn't going to be positive thing on UBI. Democratic activist has a negative connotation. So yeah, well,
Came out in favor of the notion. The
good for
candidate
Pope.
the Democrat presidential nomination, Andrew Yang,
Yes.
advocated paying every adult $1,000 a month. He didn't win, but his idea
He
is
didn't
gaining
win.
ground.
His idea is gaining ground.
Minimum income measure that tops up your income if it falls below a certain level. Spain is mulling something similar.
Good for them.
While the proposal
Spain and
sounds
Italy.
enticing, who wouldn't want an extra
Who wouldn't?
$12,000 a year? It would do real harm.
It will do
Let's
what?
make it clear that we
It will do real harm. So he has 2 minutes to prove that UBI will do real harm. I guess to us? To whom? So he has 2 minutes. Or should we believe him for his words, because this insight is worth about $400. And he's a rich man, he must know what he's talking about, right?
are not talking here about safety net programs such as food stamps,
No.
unemployment benefits, or Medicaid.
Okay.
A
No.
guaranteed income would be corrosive to the work ethic, especially as politicians raise the benefits when elections roll around.
Corrosive to work ethic. $1,000 per month would equate to about at 40 hours work week, equate to about $6.25 per hour. This dude is making $8,262.94 per hour. I'm sure some of this is dividend. I'm sure even he thinks that he doesn't deserve all that money. I mean, he didn't work for all that money. Some of that should be free to him. At least $6.25 worth every hour. It didn't change his work ethic, did it? Is he saying he has a poor work ethic because he's making all that free money? Or is he saying it won't change his work ethic, but it will change our work ethic for $6.25 when he's making thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free money, and it doesn't change his work ethic. All right. Oh, and politician raising benefits. Why is that a bad thing? Benefit for us? Why is that a bad thing? Should they just only raise the benefit for you guys because you have the lobbyists in there? Is that what you're saying?
It would eat away at the crucial link between effort and reward.
Effort and
It would
reward.
lure many
Link.
people away from pursuing a more productive life. This is wrong morally and economically.
There's a lot to unpack on that one, okay? Effort and reward. Let's think of this guy working at McDonald's. Let's assume he makes a $10 an hour. Let's assume he makes 10 burgers per hour. I'm just making these numbers up. He's providing 10 meals for people. At least some people. Maybe some people eat 2 meals. I don't know. He's making $10 for himself and he's making profit for the McDonald's. He's being very, very productive for $10. This guy is making over $8,000 per hour. Are you telling me you are producing service and product over $8,000 worth every hour? Or sometimes you goof off, okay? Pound per pound, the guy at McDonald's is being a lot more productive, and he's linked to effort and reward is very, very, solid. Your effort and reward link is screwy. And this is wrong morally? Yeah, it's wrong morally. Because yours is screwy. Actually, capitalism has nothing to do with the morality. Capitalism has no altruism, okay? Capitalism is about having advantages over your competition. Having unfair advantages over your competition. Capitalism is about using other people's money. Capitalism is about benefiting from other people's productivity. More you have, more employees you have, more opportunity you have to benefit from their productivity. If you are relying on your own productivity alone, then you're that guy at the McDonald's. But you are making over $8,000 per hour because you're benefiting from other people's productivity. You are not making $8,000 worth of service and product every hour, dude. Some of that you are just getting it for free. Much of that is you're getting it for free. Capitalism has nothing to do with your morality or anyone's morality. Let's be straight on that.
Work is critical to making our lives meaningful. It gives us purpose. It provides structure and encourages discipline.
Okay. His discipline. Meaningful in his view. Taking care of your kids, not meaningful. Being a caretaker, not meaningful, but has no value because you're not working for a company like his. You're not tied to his productivity requirement. So it's not meaningful because of that. He defines it. He still wants that unfair advantages over us. So we don't have no option to but choose his employment or people like him.
Helping us look beyond the immediate moment and think about the future.
We are thinking
It
about the
encourages
future.
that can-do spirit that is unique in our culture.
We want all of us to can-do spirit.
We consume. Then there are other major practical problems. Such a
Resource There are resources that we make, then there are resources that belongs to everybody. Like in Alaska, oil, natural resource, it belongs to everybody. There are resources that should be belong to every one of us. Yeah, there are resources that we make. There are resources that only belongs to you. But there are bunch of resources that belong to all of us. And that $1,000 is tied to that resource that we should share.
Program would be hideously expensive. Yang's scheme would cost $3 trillion a year. He would impose a 10% national super sales tax on top of all the other taxes you pay and real.
Okay, super sales tax, they call it. We call it value-added tax, right? According to 2018 data, 166 of 193 countries with the full UN membership employ a value-added tax. The average value-added tax rate of the European country is at 21.3%. NGN is asking for 10%. At 10%, that will raise about $2.9 trillion over 10 years, or 1.1% of GDP, even after covering the cost of UBI. Well, what is that kind of effect on you?
Realistically, that rate would have to be considerably higher. A $30,000 car now would set you back $35,000 or even $40,000.
Oh, so he has some anecdotal data here. Okay. I'm going to provide equally anecdotal data here. I consider myself middle income person. I don't think me and my wife have spent anything above $30,000 for a car. I think like $25,000 all we have spent. We don't buy a car every year. We buy a car maybe once in 5-7 years. We try to make it last long as possible. So yeah, if you're giving me $12,000 a year and giving my wife $12,000 a year, hey, maybe we might buy a $30,000 car, okay? And maybe we are willing to pay that extra $5,000. Dude, add to the economy, will you? That's the idea. That you spend some money, okay, on these luxury goods, okay? So here's how much you have to work to afford a $35,000 car. At $8,262 per hour, you just have to work 4 hours to get that car. Get a car every day, dude. Add to the economy.
Heavy tax burdens would damage the economy, which would
damage the economy. How?
A more constructive approach would be to reform and expand the earned income tax credit, which is in effect a rebate of the payroll tax. This would give lower income individuals higher take-home pay, tax-free. And creating conditions for a booming economy, such as tax cuts, would be the most benefit.
So he basically wants tax cut for himself. The tax cut 2 years ago did not benefit me. I'm a middle income family person, and I'm paying extra $7,000 last year and this year. And my accountant tells me all the people that he do taxes for, they're not benefiting from the tax cut. Yeah. And my accountant deals with the people like me. So tax cut is for people like him. But don't blame him. He's just operating on the capitalistic idea. And he just wants that unfair advantages. And that's what capitalism is all about. Having unfair advantages. Using other people's money. Benefiting from other people's productivity. Not getting what you deserve, but getting what you negotiate. He's just negotiating for better term for himself and people like him.
Of all. Remember, before COVID, the pay for low-income workers was rising at a faster pace than anyone else's. I'm Steve Forbes. Thank you.
He used a faster pace. Okay? Faster pace. Here's what it means. Okay. Let's say that McDonald's worker is making $10 an hour, and with the act of Congress, the minimum wage became $15 per hour. So his increase in his hourly wage became 50% more, right? That's huge increase. And it happened fast. Let's say he has a 5 times slower pace increase in his wages. That means he only getting 10% increase on his. Okay? 10% increase on $8,282 is like about, that will make it $9,000 per hour. The other guy is still making $15 per hour. 5 times as fast, but only $15 per hour. And his is fixed. He would have to wait another act of Congress to get his increase. He may get 50 cents, 25 cents, dollar increase next year. This guy income is not fixed. He's one of those lucky few that are in top 5%, and his income will just continuously increase without him producing anything anymore. And even at 1% increase every year, he'd be making 1% increase, $80 per hour. Guy at McDonald's will kill for $80 per hour income. So yeah, but he's only practicing his capitalistic idea, and he wants that unfair advantages. That's it. So don't blame the dude. But if we do win UBI, don't feel sorry for him, because he has plenty of unfair advantages. In reality, he should really be pushing for UBI himself, because that will increase the floor, and he will have a customer that are able to buy his product and service in more, without getting angry, without causing riots. Till next time, I'm out.